Welcome back to Cinema Flicks Music Picks. I'm Dave, your host with the most, the beast with the least. Least we can do today is a random video. Something which I'd almost forgotten I'd ordered, but I'm very glad has turned up, is the 50th anniversary edition, or 51st because it's been delayed a little bit, COVID delays, is Madman Across the Water, Elton John's seminal 1971 classic, my favourite Elton John album. So this is 51st anniversary edition, 3CD, 1 Blu-ray, the album of course, Bob Ludwig 2016 remaster. Bob's still going, good on him. Him, Bernie Grundman, and God, they're still ploughing away. Rarities, piano demos, BBC Sounds for Saturday concert, and the Blu-ray has a 5.1 album mix. The BBC Sounds for Saturday and Old Grey whistle test performance, 100-page book and poster. So I've made a surgical incision to the side, so we don't need to watch me faff about with plastic. That's just for after hours. So first thing we come to is the album. Yes, it is indeed the album proper. So here we go with some cracking shots of Elton, nice moody shots, very in keeping with the colour scheme, and then they're all in their individual sleeves, which match up nicely with the style of the way the tracks were laid out on the original album on the reverse. Done like patches on denims, so that's pretty neat. And let's go into the track list. So disc 1, original album bonus track, so obviously the original album, and then you get Indian Sunset live radio broadcast, Madman Across the Water, the original with Mick Ronson. Now that's previously been on, what Elton album was that previously on? Was it Honky Chateau? It wasn't on the original Madman Across the Water. It's been on one of the other Elton albums. It's the one before this. It's not Honky Chateau. It's the one we burned down the mission and stuff. Anyway, Rock Me When He's Gone, Leave On, the mono single cut, Razorface, the extended cut. Disc 2 is demos, and they're all piano demos. Slightly out of order, not too radically. Madman Across the Water, Tiny Dancer, Leave On, Razorface, Madman Across the Water, 71 version, Indian Sunset, Holiday Inn, Rotten Peaches, All the Nasties, Goodbye, Rock Me When He's Gone, and then Rock Me When He's Gone full version demo. Disc 3 is the BBC Sounds for Saturday, from November the 11th, 71. It was transmitted the following April into 72. That's Tiny Dancer, Rotten Peaches, Razorface, Holiday Inn, Indian Sunset, Leave On, Madman Across the Water, and Goodbye. So it's pretty much the full album. And then disc 4 is the Blu-ray. Again, 5.1 mix of the album. The full album, of course, and of Madman Across the Water. We'll come to that in a second, though. The full concert of Sounds for Saturday, so you can watch it too, and Old Grey Whistle Test, which is kind of legendary. If you've seen the Old Grey Whistle Test performances from 71 with Elton, they're always on the BBC 4 showcases, so like Elton at the Beeb, singer-songwriters at the Beeb, legends at the Beeb, those kind of things. Elton solo at the piano, giving it Blue Jean Baby. So yeah, I should be doing this stuff, not Elton. And yeah, look, they're all in their own little sleeves. Isn't that nice? And I've specifically pulled out the Blu-ray here because we're going to talk about that in a minute, so remind me if I forget. Wait a minute, we're not live. Oh well. I'll just need to remember them, won't I? Good luck. So that's that. Yeah, pretty stacked. And this was 53 quid. Come on, for a Super Deluxe. These days they could have charged a lot more for that. We'll do the poster because, as I always say, you can be deluxe, but only super deluxes can be posters. So. That is pretty nifty. That looks more like Warren Zevon, doesn't it? I saw a werewolf with a Chinese menu in his hand. Right, sorry, you're just getting too many songs today, folks. Too many songs. And then, of course, and by the way, all in a nice hardback box. Here's your 100-page book. And again, that does recreate the back, so you can see where the CD and Blu-ray holder designs come from. And the book itself just looks classy. In fact, I'll turn around a little bit. So, introduction by Ernie. Remember that? Bert and Ernie were in Elton John's band for a while. So there's Elton's introduction. Tumbleweed Connection, by the way. I just remember the name. Tumbleweed Connection. So that's that. There's Ernie's intro. Here's that picture from the poster again. Peculiar in a funny sort of way, the story of Madman across the water. So we won't go through the whole thing, but yeah, I mean, it tells you the story of the album. But we're going to get to some cool stuff in a minute because I've already seen somebody else. I mean, there's some session tapes boxes, some nice shots. Oh, look at that for a bill. Crystal Palace Bowl Garden Party. Elton John, with the three-piece with Dee Murray and Nigel Olsson. Fairport Convention, Rory Gallagher, and Yes, right down at the bottom. Brilliant. Remember those days when Fairport were 2 up from Yes? And there's a ticket on the other side of it for the same concert. 1 p.m. till 8 p.m. £1.25. Wow, those were the days, my friends. So there's a lot of tapes, and here's your some sheet music if you want to play along. Blue Jean Baby, LA Lady, seamstress for the man. Yeah, I won't do that much more, don't worry. There's some instrument and microphone charts. Yeah. And as some of you know who are fans of the channel rather than people just watching it for Elton John content, although you're more than welcome to subscribe to, hello. Lee Von Helm is one of my all-time heroes, if not my all-time hero. And Elton, actually, on this very page here, goes into it that it's been said that Lee Von Helm was the inspiration for Levon, but it was only the name. They just wanted to use the name Levon. They did love the band, but they didn't, Levon doesn't come off terribly well in the song Levon, so it was just a purely, like, that's a fun name that we don't get in Blighty, so we'll use it. So, yeah. So it could easily have been called Garth Hudson. Madman Across the Water, the printer's artwork instructions. I like all this miscellany. This is what separates the people from the real. Oh, right. Okay. Original pieces from the 1971 LP cover art. Elton had these actually made, the original art made into pillows for himself, and then were sold at Sotheby's in 1988. And then you get just the original booklet as it would have been presented, or why it's presented. You can still get it very easily. Different variations of singles, and the album from all over. So I always like that because sometimes it'll throw in, like tracks from different albums because they're still marketing the last album. So you have like the Ballad of the Well Hired Gun or whatever, and then mixed with Razorface, or there's Your Song with Tiny Dancer. Looks like it came out in Brazil. So show souvenir, smiley smiley Elton. Again, we'll just have another flick. Tiny bit. Oh, in fact, I'll jump ahead a little bit. So here's the original album lyric book. So exactly as it appeared. There we got some glimpses of it. So exactly as it appeared, with all the pictures intact. He was born a pauper to a pawn on a Christmas day, when the New York Times says God is dead. Right. And I always love that it tells you side 2 track 1, 6 minutes 44 seconds, recorded 14th of August 1972. You know, I didn't do that stuff back then. It's so cool. Madman Across the Water timeline, and there's a programme for Elton in 72 at the Royal Festival Hall. So here's Elton in 70, 71, you know, talking about recording with Long John Baldry and things. There's promotional posters, and there's a 71 lineup, tour programme, more 71, the back of Elton's denim jeans, kiss my patch, album recording, album release data. Cassettes, there's one for Mr. Gavalier. Hey Ryan, you can pick up your Madman Across the Water cassettes, brother. More of your denims, with some familiar lips there. And here's the actual contents. So everybody gets credit on the album. So it's not, you know, just listing the where it was recorded or anything. Everybody gets credited, who's on what. To go into the Blu-ray, and don't worry, I've not forgotten that I said I would come back to that. The 5.1 mix, as you will imagine, is the 5.1 mix that was done for the 2004 Super Audio. The BBC Sounds for Saturday have just done the track listing for that. The Old Grey Whistle Test gives you that version of Tiny Dancer that I referenced, as well as All the Nasties, which isn't on all these BBC things, so that's a nice little bonus as well. But so, yeah, Sounds for Saturday you get as audio and visual, so I like that they've done that and not kind of cheapened out and just picked one or t'other. Well, look here, what have we got here? There's Sweet Pea from Popeye. There's Mighty Mouse up there. Kiss Me I'm Stereo, Popeye. Somebody's a Popeye fan. Porky Pig. The Beach Boys, Surf's Up, nice. A diamond necklace played the palm. Yeah, see, I could be in any of these bands. And then credits for the actual deluxe edition itself, which lovely. And then brilliant shot of Elton 71 in Matrix mode. Look at that long black leather jacket. So yeah, by gum am I happy that this came, and I just used the phrase by gum in an unironic fashion. That's how ecstatic I am. Again, always been my favourite Elton John album. I won't argue with anyone who disagrees that if they pick one of the early 70s ones, because if you tell me that your favourite's Goodbye Yellow Brick Road or Honky Chateau or Don't Shoot Me Anyone with Piano Player, I'm happy with those. I love those too. If you tell me your favourite is Song from the West Coast, I love that. 2001. I loved Peachtree Road, I really liked. I really loved The Union with Leon Russell. And God bless him, he's still having hits, isn't he? He had those 2 number 1 hits at the end of last year alone, both with Ed Sheeran on them. I'd imagine Ed got a few sales for him, but you know, it's Elton John, the guy's had hits throughout the career, you know, so yeah. So I don't really think you need to review the album if you're an Elton John fan, but if you do, then if you like Elton's Americana, so it's Elton where he's still very much that Tumbleweed connection, he's working out, again being a big fan of the band and the LA Laurel Canyon scene. If you want to really getting to that kind of Elton before it became a little bit more fantastical with Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, and the full band kind of became, you know, the full band, the Elton John band. Then this to me is their pinnacle. But again, you know, I'm not going to argue against it and the others. It's just I love these songs so much. The production from Gus is absolutely sensational. I mean, Tiny Dancer is just such an amazing opener. Leave On follows up tremendously. Raise a Face Out. Madman Across the Water just soars. That could, I mean, it's already quite a long track, but it could go on for 20 minutes and I wouldn't care. Indian Sunset, Holiday Inn, Rotten Peaches, All the Nasties and Goodbye. I mean, jeez. That's just two perfect album sides. I mean, Elton just could do no wrong in that first half of the 70s. So, yeah. So, well, I think we've managed to make this just about 15 minutes for a change. So, yeah. I love Elton John, and I've never apologised for it, and I never will. Ever. Ever. Love your Edge. Although, you know, some people prefer Taron Egerton's versions of his tracks. Weirdos. Talking about you, Cindy. I love you. I liked Rocket Man. That's what a music biopic should be. My big problem with Bohemian Rhapsody was that Freddie was such a flamboyant entertainer, off the wall, didn't know where he was going to go next. And then the story of his life is told in such a this happened and then this happened and then this happened and then boring. Whereas Rocket Man, whether you like it or not, is much more true to Elton as a person, because it's not a musical biopic, it's a rock opera really. It's an explosion of taste, decadence, and fabulousness really, indulgence, addiction, and brilliance and genius. And yeah, I think it's a terrific film. It's the kind of film about Elton John that Ken Russell would have made, you know, from Tommy fame and whatnot, and did all those great composers documentaries and things. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, Elton. I don't think I need to stump for Elton. I think he's doing quite okay without me. Thanks very much for watching. Give us a sub if you like. If you don't like, still sub anyway. You might like one of them eventually. I'll be back tomorrow with a Blu-ray update and things I've picked up this month. But when this came through the door, I knew I was just going to do it straight away. There was no holding on for this. I'm going to go watch it now, and I've got an Elton John concert from 71 to watch. I'm excited. Do me a favour though, eh? Let's be careful out there. Love and mercy, my dears. Love and mercy. Even though you are all the nasties.